Hi, welcome to Troubadour's videos. Today we're going to take a close look at Thermaltake's new Chaser MK1 PC case. Thermaltake's Chaser case arrived in remarkably good condition and even withstood the test of the mighty brown UPS delivery people. The front of the box proudly displays a huge image of the case, the rear of the box displaying cooling system options and basic case features, design illustrations and structural images for all those who love pretty pictures on boxes. The sides of the box come with handle inserts to assist in hauling the package around in a convenient and manageable manner. Inside the box, the case is very well packaged and contained within a plastic envelope to keep the case spotless clean. To protect the case during shipping, the Chaser is snugly packaged between two dense polystyrene shipping inserts. So let's remove this case from the shipping box and check out Thermaltake's Chaser MK1's design and features. The left side panel is manufactured from steel and comes with this pressed and formed transformer-esque design. It also comes with a natural vent-in side grille which contains a captive fine mesh filter screen and also the option of installing an additional 200mm vent-in fan using the mount holes provided. You also have this large plexiglass window for viewing the CPU cooler and memory modules and a headset hanger for storing your favourite gaming headset. The front of the case is manufactured from plastic with a high flow mesh. This panel is equipped with 4 5¼ accessory bays and a large front venting grille for cooling the case interior. Cleaning the front fan filter is easy. Simply unclip the front case panel which will reveal the fine mesh filter screen. Now push in the 2 retainer tabs and slide the filter screen towards you. And here is the 200mm color shift fan, which is the primary source of ventilation and cooling for the hard disk drives and case interior. Optionally, the 200mm color shift fan can be removed and two 120mm fans installed in its place. At the rear of the case you have a PSU cutout, Kensington lock option, side panel lock option, large natural venting grille, 8 PCIe expansion slots, wired mouse or keyboard lock, input-output shield cutout, a 140mm rear venting fan and 3 pass-throughs for cables or water cooling hoses. The side panel lock is very basic and can be secured using a small padlock. The wired mouse and keyboard security retainer is a nice feature and unlocking this is only accessible from inside the case itself. The first thing you notice on the bottom of the case are the 4 large case feet. These can be rotated to form a larger footprint for added case stability and provide approximately 35mm of ground clearance for good case ventilation. To provide clean, fresh cooling air within the case, the base also has a removable fine mesh filter screen. Removal is easy, simply push the clip and slide the filter to the rear of the case. You also have the option of installing a 120mm fan to the bottom of the case for added ventilation. The right side panel is manufactured from steel and has a large pressed dished surface that increases the case's internal cavity dimensions. This is a great help, especially with bulky cable management in this section of the case. Removal of the panel is easy. Remove the 2 thumb screws and lift the side panel clear. The rear of the motherboard tray has 5 large cable pass-throughs with protective grommets and a large deep cable well to provide easy access to the rear of the hard disk drive cages. The accessory wires are sleeved or black in colour to blend nicely with the case's interior. So let's have a closer look at the pre-wired cables that come with Thermaltake's Chaser case. The main wire bundle includes connections for power LED, reset switch, hard disk drive activity LED and power switch, 2 SATA connectors, 2 4-pin Molex power connectors for the color shift fans, an internal USB 2.0 header connector, high definition audio connector, and an internal USB 3.0 header connection. The rear of the hard disk drive bays are clean and uncluttered, and cable management in this section of the case is easy thanks to the included clip points and large grommeted pass-throughs. On the top control panel of the case, you have this large transformer-esque glowing LED light and on-off button. Side controls include fan LED color shift selector, illuminated fan speed selectors, reset switch with hard disk drive activity LED, and headset audio hookups. Right side controller panel connections include two USB 3.0 SuperSpeed ports, an eSATA port, and two USB 2.0 ports. Centrally located on the control panel is the hard disk drive hot swap bay. This bay is compatible with 2.5-inch hard disk drives or SSDs or 3.5-inch hard disk drives. However, be mindful that Western Digital's Velociraptor drives cannot be used in this hot swap bay. This is due to the Velociraptor's unique configuration. For great ventilation, the top of the case is covered with a black mesh venting grille. This grille can be easily detached if you need to clean the mesh filter screen. For heat evacuation from the top of the case, there's a 200mm color shift fan in place with the option of installing an additional 200mm color shift fan, or you can install two 120mm fans or two 140mm fans in place of the color shift items. So let's have a look inside the case. The left side panel can be easily removed for case interior access, and on the rear of the door we can get a better look at the captive fine mesh filter screen. To clean this screen, you will have to remove the following 4 retaining screws. The interior of the case is clean looking, matte black in colour and well laid out to provide good airflow. Inside the case, there's a 3-pin rear fan connector, an accessory box which we'll open in a moment, 4 5.25-inch optical bays, and 6 hard disk drive bays. The motherboard tray is captive and compatible with micro ATX and ATX form factors. To make motherboard installation easy, the tray does come with most of the motherboard standoffs pre-installed and has an extremely large CPU socket area cutout which greatly assists in CPU cooler maintenance or upgrades. We also have 5 grommeted pass-throughs for neat cable management. To reduce vibration and stress on the PSU's enclosure, Thermaltake have included a PSU support bracket in the bottom of the case. The Chaser MK1 accessory box contains the following items: a 5.25-inch bay tray and faceplate for installing 3.5-inch accessory items, cable ties for basic cable management, screws for installing an optional top 200mm color shift fan, a motherboard speaker, additional motherboard standoffs for ATX form factor motherboards, screws for general case assembly, and a 12V 8-pin CPU power cable extender. Primary ventilation through the case is via the front 200mm color shift fan. To further assist in heat evacuation, there is also a rear 140mm fan and a top 200mm color shift fan. Water cooling within this case is an option, and a 240mm radiator and fans can be installed in the top of the case in place of the stock 200mm color shift item. Installation of 5.25-inch bay accessories is a fast and easy process. Simply remove the front 5.25-inch bay cover, install the 5.25-inch accessory or optical drive, press in the toolless bay release clip. Now push the accessory until the bay clip clicks into place and you're done. The 3.5-inch hard disk drive trays are also toolless and securely held in place. Removal is easy. Press in the tray door clip, swing the tray door open and pull out. The hard disk drive trays contain white silicone rubber shock mounts and are compatible with both 2.5-inch hard disk drives or SSDs, as well as 3.5-inch hard disk drives. Installation of 2.5-inch drives will require the use of a screwdriver. However, installation of 3.5-inch hard disk drives is a toolless process. Simply insert your drive into the cage, align the screw holes to the cage assembly, then press in the black retaining clip and you're done. So, let's install some wicked hardware in this case and check it out. So with the PC powered up, let's check out the color shift fans. Now, to provide you improved visibility of the fans, we have removed the case's front panel and filter screen. Lighting options with these fans include blue, green, red, disco flashing party mode, color shift cycles, or if you're not a big fan of lights, you can turn the lighting off altogether. Overall, Thermaltakes Chaser MK1 is indeed a sweet case for the mainstream gamer or enthusiast. It has good ventilation with the option of mounting additional fans if needed, a neat and user-friendly tool-free design, top-loading hot swap bay, and the ability to easily accommodate custom water cooling at a later date. With a retail price of $159 US, this case is packed with features I would usually associate with much higher cost cases. Admittedly, the bold blue spacey theme is a little out there and may not be to everyone's liking. However, if Thermaltake introduced a few colour variations of this case, I'm sure it will be an absolutely phenomenal hit and potential top seller. Thanks again for watching Troubadour's videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, or even swing by our forums at www.troubadourforums.com, where only the true enthusiasts hang out.